Hello, everyone. I thought I would give a few thoughts on the one of the books I'm currently reading. Thus spoke Zarathustra. I'm a little slow reading it because I am reading a lot of other things, but of course, it's a philosophical book by Friedrich Nietzsche or Nietzsche. It's hard to pronounce his name, but anyway, um, and I've always been a little interested in Friedrich Nietzsche, not because I agree a lot with his ideas. I actually disagree with a lot, if not most, of his ideas. But I think it's always good to read ideas that you disagree with, because that will make you a more informed person. Now, when it comes to metaphysics, I completely reject Nietzsche's metaphysics, his materialism, his idea that Christianity is weak and all of that. I completely reject all of that, and I do think his ideas have been used for very harmful things over the centuries. Um, but I am fascinated and interested in ideas, even that I disagree with, because it makes for a more well-informed worldview, and so I am very much interested in his ideas on art, on aesthetics, and all of that, and how you have this prophet Zarathustra who's essentially explaining Nietzsche's ideas to mankind. He is essentially a mouthpiece for Nietzsche himself. And I will say though that the one area where I do um, agree somewhat with Nietzsche, one of the few areas, is the idea that sometimes when you go too far um, with uh, with equality or egalitarianism, it can stifle innovation if you aren't willing to recognize people who are truly great in the society because you're worried about hurting the feelings of others. And that can be stifling to certain people who Nietzsche would call the Ubermensch. Now, I don't subscribe to that theory at all, but I can see his point. I think there is some truth in it, even though I would say that he takes it too far by equating that with moral worth as human beings, which I don't equate that with moral worth. I'm mainly talking about a skill set, skills and talent. That's very different though than moral worth. But because of Nietzsche's materialist worldview, it ultimately results, I think, in nihilism when taken to its logical conclusion. So in me and Nietzsche are opposites in many ways. There's a spiritual center to my philosophy. There is not within Nietzsche's. Philosophy is very cold, but I love reading about opposing points of view and also finding areas where I may agree. I will do a more thorough examination once I actually finish the book.